Hey, good morning, friends. It's Joe. Welcome to my scripture reflection for Sunday, August the 17th. Hope you're doing well on this Sunday morning, and I welcome you back. Did have some time off, but it really wasn't time off. I was busy with a lot of things, and there are a few more weeks of summer, so I will be not here a few days here and there, and I will let you know in advance. But I am looking then to get to a better schedule and an enhanced schedule and more days and more videos at a later time at 8:30. And I have given consideration to a few different changes, which we are going to start right now, which is something that I will ask us in a moment of prayer to pray for. And I'm going to put that out there as an intention. And I welcome any to be sent to me, and I'll include them in the coming days as I can. But today, I think it's very appropriate that we take a moment, all of us here gathered now, to pray for peace between Russia and Ukraine. I know that there have been activities going on. We all maybe know that from the news. And regardless of what you think about who you think about or whatever you think about people in power, the most important thing here, coming back to the most important thing, is peace between these two countries so that innocent people and animals will not die anymore. So I'm going to ask you now, just for about 30 seconds, to quiet your minds and hearts and pray for peace between Russia and Ukraine. Thank you. It doesn't mean you have to cease praying, and later on the day, you can still offer more prayers as your day continues for this intention. With that, I will ask you to quiet your minds and hearts as we prepare to hear today's gospel, which is from St. Luke chapter 12, verses 49 to 53. Jesus said to his disciples, I have come to set the earth on fire, and how I wish it were already blazing. There is a baptism with which I must be baptized, and how great is my anguish until it is accomplished. Do you think that I have come to establish peace on earth? No, I tell you, but rather division. From now on, a household of five will be divided, three against two, and two against three. A father will be divided against his son, and a son against his father, a mother against her daughter, and a daughter against her mother, a mother in law against her daughter in law, and a daughter in law against her mother in law. This gospel can be very confusing. It can also be very difficult to understand. Jesus calling for division, not peace? Well, my friends, I think it's important to understand at the outset that all conflict is not bad. All conflict is not bad if it has an important attribute attached to it, and if it is settled properly, and then if it leads to peace and better things. We don't see that too much, do we? Because in most cases in conflicts, we see the typical fight or flight, one extreme or the other. There's usually not a time to sit back and think about what is going on, to respond beyond our ego, to either listen and accept and maybe make a compromise instead of fight or flight or two extremes, I win or I lose. How about the most important thing is we all look to win. Jesus is certainly not looking for us for these conflicts to continue. I always say he provides us with something in the Gospels, but it is only at times a seed for us to continue to flourish and think about. And certainly that is the case here. So maybe, just maybe, we can unravel some conflicts or a conflict and how it can be handled very effectively. I introduce to you a situation that I have used in motivational talks to talk about conflict resolution. It is between Daniel, you remember my Daniel the Beagle, and Spartacus, another beagle mix that lived here, who was Daniel's older brother. Now, these two individuals never really saw completely eye to eye. They had their differences. That's okay. So do we. So do the people that Jesus talked about in the gospel. But one particular situation really stood out to me. You see, there had been a piece of food that had fallen on the kitchen floor. Both Daniel and Spartacus wanted it. They dove for it, and Daniel got it first. Now, this was a valuable thing. It wasn't a little thing to them. It wasn't a little trivial matter. It was a valuable thing. So right then and there, they had it out, barking at one another. They barked at one another as if to say, we need to settle this dispute. This is what happened. This is how it took place. This is my side of it. This is your side of it. They both got it out of their system. And when it was over, it was over. About 10 minutes later, as I remember this story very well, they were lying down together by the front door, waiting for somebody to walk by, and they were going to bark at them in unison. Now let's unravel what Spartacus and Daniel taught us. First and most importantly, do not let too much time go by before you talk about this conflict. Talk about this conflict, not text. They didn't text one another. They didn't get out their phones. They talked about it. Next, stick to the subject matter. They, I'm sure, in their barking, did not talk about what took place 2 days earlier in the backyard or who took whose toy when the other one was playing with it. They stuck to the subject matter, which was the piece of food on the kitchen floor. That's important too, isn't it? And then even most important of all, when it was over, it was over. 10 minutes later, they were lying down together. No past issues. It was done. Now, if we can act as Spartacus and Daniel did, we could settle a lot of important issues, keyword important. And then, as Jesus points out, yeah, there's going to be some divisions, but they can lead to a stronger bond. A stronger bond that brings you together through the root of the conflict and makes a peaceful ending to it and a peaceful future to it. Is this possible? Yes, it's possible. And Jesus knows it's possible. And as he usually does, he throws out a challenge and says, are you ready for it? Are you? I say we are. So, my friends, that's my message for you on this Sunday. As always, I hope it was helpful for you. I always welcome your comments and your thoughts, and I always appreciate you being here with me. For those who are with me live, I'm going to take a couple of seconds now if you have a comment or a question, and I'm happy to answer it right here. Or you can do it later on, but I want to offer that too as a new kind of wrinkle to our videos. So anyone having a comment, I'm welcome to hear. I'm open to hearing it right now. Okay, I think this will take a little while. No comments coming yet. That's fine. I would love to build this group so that we have live participation. That's why I moved it to 8:30, but no pressure. As I always say, I am always most thankful for you being here with me. I want to wish you and your loved ones a beautiful Sunday, and I look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow with an animal spirituality video. Until then, take good care.